Hey folks, I'm just on another one of my bushwhacking adventures here. And I came to an area here where I thought it was quite full of bear activity. And it is a little lower down this southerly facing slope. And then I get up here a little more closer to the high elevation spruce fir forest and out of the New England Acadian hardwood forest. And look at the browsing action on these softwood trees on this fir. Look at that. Stripped all the way up to there, and look at the new growth. Look at the new growth. Look, you can even see here's where the moose have been eating. This is pretty new, guys. Show you another example. There's another tree. Basically, and look, see all the fir trees in this little patch here, this little location. All of their limbs have been nibbled and chewed off up to the height that the moose's head can reach, which, as you can see, is quite tall because I'm 5'9", and the camera right now is at my eye level. I'm 5'9". Look at that. Still way up there. That's a good, from my eye line to the top of the browsing, that's at least 6 feet and a few inches, at least. Beautiful view though as well. But just look at that. This is older because, as you can see, it hasn't been freshly cut necessarily or nibbled on. Although look at that. See, the newer growth, the newer coniferous growth, has been nibbled because that's what they're after, right? They're not after old growth. But look at this thing. It almost looks like a fake, softwood tree you would buy from like the dollar store or something. It just looks fake because the needles are all conglomerated so close to the trunk, and it doesn't have any real individual branches or limb action. But that's because due to, one sec. But that's due to the this one. Okay, no, it does have fresh nibbling. So you can see right there, right here, right here. But, and then there's also quite a conglomeration of very thick undergrowth here. Some kind of bushes. Not too good with those species, but they've also been occasionally nibbled by the moose as well, I think. And just down the slope a bit from here, a little farther south, maybe quarter of a mile or something. No, a little bit less than a quarter of a mile. Kind of down below those open-grown hardwoods, right there on the left, is a real busy bear area, I guess, for lack of a better word. There was logs all over the place, dying and dead logs on the ground that had been picked away at by the bears with their claws. There was also a bear print, a claw mark in the leaf litter, and it was about the size of my left hand. There was also the majority of what it was that gave it away that it's a bear area is because of the digging action. There was a massive amount of, I'm just gonna go over here, folks, massive amount of digging by the bears with their claws and their paws, because right now they've just come out of hibernation. They're feeling a little underweight, obviously, as anyone would who hibernates. And so they're traveling like crazy. They spend most of their time at this time of year traveling. And by the way, these are black bears. I'm in northern New Hampshire, not too far from where I live in Jefferson. So I'm in the Randolph Community Forest right now. But oh, look at that! There's some moose scat. And look at this, more browsing action on these fir trees, as you can tell. And even on these. Sorry, let me focus here. Come on. Yeah, well, but even on these, you can tell, on these bushes that are not coniferous. They almost look like they've been snipped off, eh? But they've been chewed off. This is just incredible. Anyway, so back to the bears. So the black bears at this time of year. Oh, what's that up there? I'm gonna investigate that. They've just come out of hibernation and they're extremely hungry. They're starving, to be quite honest. And so, as I was saying, right now is the time of the year when they travel the most. They're looking for any areas that have some new buds and forbs and little grasses and little plants and bushes coming up, because black bears eat a lot. They're omnivores. They eat a lot of plant material, and then also meat. But right now, you know, they're looking for stuff like this. Look at these buds on this guy. Right now, like for example, back in Toronto, which is farther south than here and also at a lower elevation, the grass is basically green back there now. Everything is starting to grow up. But here up in the North Country, in northern New Hampshire, you know, we're basically in the boreal forest here. Southern reaches of the boreal forest, the taiga. And so that plus the high elevation here makes it very, very harsh. And so that's why, as you can tell, it's still mostly leaf litter and crud, you know, on the forest floor. You're starting to get these kind of grasses starting to take off. But the majority of the plants still are dead and haven't sprouted yet. But, so I just thought I'd show you guys that. This is kind of a long video that I've been kind of went on a rant there, but find when I'm out in the woods and I find cool stuff, you know. If I do a video, I end up talking about it for a long time. Okay, here's some scat here. Look at that. That's a different scat though, eh? That has hair in it and some bones along with seeds. So that's going to be from a coyote. So, obviously, moral of the story is here, a plethora of animal activity of various animals, mammals, in this area, which is quite steep and consists of a lot of undergrowth. But then again, as I said, it's a southerly facing slope. So the bears like that in the spring. They're trying to get out in the sun. They're stretching their legs. They're getting out of their den. And this would be the slopes around here that would get the most amount of sun for plant regrowth, which is what the bears are after. Wow, there's a big hunk of, it almost looks like horse manure. That is massive. It's a mound, and it's kind of starting to compost, but it must be old moose droppings. And then over there, I don't know if you can see some white patches. Over there, there's a slope where there's still snow. There's still snow. Look at that, guys. I don't know if you can see that. Anyways, I'm going to sign off the video here because we're already at 8.5 minutes, and that's crazy. Yeah, stay tuned for more bushwhacking and animal videos. I'd love to have had a bear or moose encounter today, but once I got up here, I started kind of talking out loud because I was just so intrigued with the amount of browsing activity on these trees, and then also the bear activity a little farther south. So thus, I lost my element of surprise. The animals around here could hear me coming for, you know, like half a mile away. And it's also, it's not windy today, so I couldn't be downwind of them, so they probably also might smell me as well. I got some hair product in my hair because I just got a haircut, so you know, the animals probably smelt that along with hearing me. But I'm going to sign you off on this other moose dropping. Live free or die and keep riding on.